What's going on, everybody? Hey, thanks for tuning into the Move OTX channel here today, guys. Once again, we're out here at Arastadero Preserve, and I'm going to take you guys here on a post-rain hike. So the creeks should be flowing much more than recent months. And what I'm going to do here today, guys, is we're going to kind of stay within the preserve and do some of the trails and some of the oak forest single track areas within the preserve today. So thanks for joining me here. We should have some awesome weather today. So just as I expected, the creeks are flowing. So nice to see that. Oh yeah. So I think some of these trails might actually be closed, so we'll see. Got some options ahead of me here, and I think if the trail I want to do is closed, then I think what I'll do is I'll proceed on up this fire road and do another trail that I've been wanting to put on film. I haven't filmed it in a long time, so it's a beautiful trail up in Foothills Park, and we'll do that instead. Just a stunning, gorgeous day out here. Partly cloudy skies, no chance of rain today. Everything's green and growing, and the trails are relatively empty. The parking lot was only half full, which is extremely unusual considering how crowded Stanford Dish was. So you can see all the rainwater saturating through the hills, and if you guys have a choice, this is what you don't want to do. Just trek through all the mud, because every footstep helps to further erode the trail conditions. So if you can, choose the high ground and maintain the trail. Creeks are flowing. Nice. Very nice. This has been pretty dry up until recently, so more signs of people trekking through the mud. Try and not do that if you can. So here's Arastadero Lake. Gonna make my way down carefully. Beautiful. Overflowing because of the rain. Lots of ducks and waterfowl out today. The water's still clear because the warm temperatures haven't bloomed the algae yet. So it's still pure rain water runoff at this point. Alrighty guys, we're coming up here on the trail junction with Woodrat Trail. Hopefully it's open, but I don't think so. It's too muddy. So like I was showing you guys earlier, the park rangers close off the muddier trails because they don't want people to erode them away with foot traffic and so forth. So yeah, this one's closed, but that's okay. We will continue on up this way, and I've got some other trails I want to check out.
Okay.
Hi, sure, no problem. So here's the upper pond area. You can see it's pretty full. So as you can tell, normally there's a water flow that comes down in here and streams into this small pond. No frogs yet. A lot of bullfrogs up here in the spring raising tadpoles, but not yet. Not yet. We're still in the dead of winter, so alrighty guys, so we made our hike up and out of Arastadero, and we're now entering Foothills Park, or as it's called now, Foothills Nature Preserve. And I normally take you guys up that way to the Vista Hill. We're gonna go this way into the more central area of the park, and I want to do Fern Loop Trail today. I think the creeks and the water flow should be pretty interesting. And for sure, everything's going to be green and very lush today after the rainstorms. So what might be a limiting factor is my blood sugar levels. So one thing I forgot to do is pack my trail snack. So I always do that normally, but this time I forgot. So we'll see. Usually I get kind of dizzy and faint-headed when I start getting hungry, so that might be a limiting factor. I'll probably just do Fern Loop, and that'll probably be it today. So we'll keep that in check. Fortunately, that hike we just did isn't too long. It's manageable. So it's a little over 2 miles, I think, maybe two miles or so. It's not too bad. So I'll go slow and steady throughout. So the other thing I'm doing is I'm breaking in a new pair of shoes. My new trail boots. Just got these, 3 or 4 weeks ago. I've had them out on a couple different hikes already. These are High-Techs. So since I was a teenager in the mid-80s, I've done hundreds and hundreds of trail miles in High-Tech lightweight boots. These are not heavy-duty boots. They're not waterproof, but they're pretty well made. I like the trail treads, and the lug pattern is pretty aggressive. So I'm just getting them broken in. I've done a couple hikes with them already. And the other thing I've done differently is I've doubled up my socks underneath. So we'll see how that goes. So we're coming down on the interpretive center right now. So that's what this is. There's always a crowd of people down here, but we won't be going there. We're going to take it, hang a left on that way into the park. They might have some grassroots ecology event going on. There's an awful lot of cars parked out here today, so wow guys, even the main creek through the barbecue picnic area is flowing. So you know it's a heavy rain season if you get water in here. So where we're going is up that way. So let me take you over this little bridge. And there's nobody out here. I'm amazed. I have not seen it this desolate out here in a long, long time. Usually once the weather clears up and you got blue skies, this place is really crowded. So it's only 10:30, so maybe they'll get a barbecue Sunday afternoon lunch crowd later today. But that's where we're headed, right out that way. Alrighty guys, we're continuing past Lee Grove. Big redwood tree grove. The only one here. Everything else is oak forest, dense oak forest. And once again, I'm shocked how few people are up here today. There's usually a whole lot more people than this on these trails. A lot of cars down there, so I know there's people on the trails, but I'm kind of late today, so I guess the early morning crowd is well into their treks by now. As you can see, lots of fire road, hillside trails, and we're entering into Wild Horse Valley towards Tully Campground. The campground is closed for the off season, and we're coming across our first creek crossing. Hopefully first of many, actually. If I plan this right, I think a lot of our hike is going to be along the creek flow, along Fern Loop Trail. Very cool to see this much water free flowing after so many years of drought conditions up here and seeing everything bone dry for so long. This is nice. So there's Steep Hollow Trail. I've taken you guys on that one before, and the Los Trancos Trail loop. So we're going to continue up here on up to Fern Loop Trail. So during the summer months, camping season, this fire road is open to vehicle traffic for people to car camp up here, but not now, not in the off season. You might see some volunteer groups up here clearing brush and that kind of thing, but they've done a pretty good job maintaining the overgrowth here along this section of trail. So this area can get really overgrown at times. And once again, you can hear the creek water flowing. Very nice. So we're a little farther upstream of this creek flow. We'll get a glimpse of this here. This is Toyon Trail. Toyon are the red wild berries that you sometimes see along these trails. Toyon berries are not edible if you see them. Very nice. And you can see here, just in heavy storm seasons, how high up the water levels can get, but not today. At least not right now. So it's been about 2 days since our last heavy rainfall. So, oh, here's the grassroots ecology group doing some work out here in the fields. Kudos to you guys. Awesome work, fellas. Keep it up. That might be a scout troop, actually. I take it back. Or maybe they're partnering with the grassroots ecology group. See some scout age kids out there earning their merit badges. So we're going to continue onwards and upwards here. Probably can't tell, but this is a slightly uphill trek. And I apologize for that wind noise. We're going to be contending with that here. Although it's not that windy, but my camera makes it seem that way. So if you hear my voice dropping in and out of audio quality, it's the processor on my camera compensating for the wind noise blowing out the microphones. Hopefully it's not too bad, but just stunning. I hope my camera does this justice. Just look at the radiant colors of green as the sun shines through the morning dew. So it's about 10:45 right now. Still a little chilly, but not too bad. And Fern Loop Trail is up here a little bit farther. Alrighty guys, we've made it to the trailhead. Here we go. We are now on Fern Loop Trail. Okay, so technically this is part of a through trail leg, but we're going to do the Fern Loop areas. So you can take this on up the hill through Costanoan Trail and on up to Los Trencos Trail, actually, on up to the Vista Hill summit of the park at 1,800 feet. But we will stay on the lower elevations and stick with the heavy oak forest. Look at where we are, guys. Just stunning. Hope my camera does this justice. You can see a lot of the deadfall coming down over the years. So this is somewhat recent, but not terribly recent. So we'll take the left hike, the left leg of the trail, and we'll come back down that way. You can see the ranger crew clearing all the oak forest deadfall. Every rainy season it happens. That's why you always got to keep your ears and eyes open above. Keep your eyes above you. These things will creak and groan and splinter seconds before they actually fall. So if you hear those characteristic sounds overhead, look up and book it on out. So that's why you don't want to be listening to headphones out here on the trails. As cool as that is, oh, here's the first creek crossing. Very nice. Lots of rainwater coming down the hills today. And the bulk of this hike is going to be along this rainwater flow. Should provide a great audio backdrop to our adventure today. Awesome. Hoo-wee! Yeah. And quickly, it's very apparent why they call it Fern Loop Trail. A lot of fern, a lot of miner's lettuce, I think is what that's called, as well. Those are round, circular kind of leaves that are actually edible. I don't know how good they taste. I heard they taste like celery, but I've never tried it myself. Have to be a pretty bad day out here for me to want to eat anything. Lots of green, radiant, vibrant green, nature's carpet covering everything out here. Get a load of that. Is that incredible? Wow. Just stand by and stand back and look and admire. Here we go, guys. Woo! Yes, it's uphill. Fairly steep grade, not too bad. Immediately the temperature's dropping deep into the oak forest. The air's damp as well. Just natural air conditioning. Just get a load of the green and the spots of sunlight beaming through there. Absolutely stunning. I hope my camera does this justice. I really do. I'm actually thinking about investing in a Sony Handycam to supplement the video from my GoPro. GoPros are cool and all, but I think a Sony Handycam in the $500–600 range with a big sensor would be the next step up for me on my channel. One of many bridge crossings up here. Fern Loop Bridge at number 2. And we've got some stairs to climb. Oh yeah. Right along this little stream. So one thing about my channel is it's not always about high adventure. I hope I convey that in my videos. A lot of times low adventure is just as exhilarating, in my opinion. It's not always about being G.I. Joe and Rambo out here. It's about bonding with nature. I've had people comment on my other videos. I always do solo hikes and I always bond with nature. I never feel like I'm alone out here. The water flowing, the fern, the breeze through the oak trees overhead, the nature's carpet that I can admire along the way. I always feel the wildlife that's out here, the birds, the coyotes, the rabbits that are out here, the fleas and the ticks just as well. I never feel like I'm alone out here. I always feel like I have company with me. That's just me. Maybe I'm weird. But I don't think I am. I don't think that's uncommon. So the other thing I'm listening for overhead, not only are the branches from the oak forest, but bees and hornets. Now this time of year, they're relatively few and far between, but still you never know. You never know. Always best to have your eyes and ears open out here. And we'll continue our trek along the stream. Here's Costanoan Trail Junction. So this is the loop here, the far loop. We're going to loop back around and go the other way. So Los Trancos Trail is about a mile up that way. So Costanoan is very steep and windy. And so I'll save that for another day. Actually, I'm curious what this trail looks like after the rain and the rain shower season. So I can hear people coming down right now. So yeah, we're going to stick here with Fern Loop Trail. I've taken many Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts along this trek in years past with my kids, and it never Fern Loop Bridge number 3. It never fails to disappoint. It's always stunning out here. Especially in the winter and the sun is not really high, you get this low sun glistening through the oak forest, reflecting off the green mosses on the trees. It actually stays very green out here, very lush and very green out here, even in the middle of the summer. So we're getting an extreme image of that here after a rain, but still. So watch out for this. This wood timber is extremely slick and slippery. Very easy to slip and lose your footing on this. Don't underestimate that. Wow. It has been a while since I've been up here. For those of you who are like me and you like relaxing hikes, definitely bucket list this little segment. Not too steep, definitely not too technical, as you can see. I am sweating actually, surprisingly. Forgot to wear my bandana. Wouldn't have thought I'd sweat this much. It's maybe 60 degrees Fahrenheit out here right now, maybe 65. Gotta watch my step. Some of these downhill sections can be slick and slippery in the mud. Should have brought my trekking poles, or at least a trekking pole, but I forgot that too. So, oh well, oh well, oh well. Ugh, see, now I've got sweat dripping down my eyes. So all these grasses, these seeds from the spring are getting fresh dose of water, and what happens is in the spring this overgrows tremendously, and in the spring months you get ticks and rattlesnakes nesting up in these hills. Got to watch out for that in the spring. So now it's okay, not too bad right now. So I'm just going to let the camera roll here, guys. This is just going to be a continual loop of video. Probably not going to do too much editing here. It is a short loop. So maybe those of you who are not as able-bodied, maybe you're recovering from an injury or something like that, this is a great hike to do your recovery on. Just a little bit uphill, just enough in the wilderness to get a flavor of it and satisfy that itch. So yeah, that's what I'm doing out here anyways. I'm not injured, I'm perfectly able-bodied, but I want to do this hike today just because it's been so long. Probably a couple years since I've done that loop. And we come back around to our starting point, back to our original juncture point here. That was fun. Got to get out and do that some more. Oh, you can see some fresh deadfall, fresh sawdust here where the rangers have been clearing. Yeah, I missed that on the hike up, but yeah, definitely this is a serious a major deadfall right here. You can see that fresh cut timber. What they should do is split that and provide it to the campers for campfires and stuff during the summer months. I don't know why they just leave it out here to rot. Maybe there's a reason for that. Alrighty, you guys, we're back where we started. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I'll wrap things up here, guys. This is a great hike. So once again, everybody, thanks for tuning in with me here on the Move OTX channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this trek as much as I did. As always, everyone, stay safe out there, enjoy the outdoors, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Whoa, check this out. It's totally raging right now. It was not like this 30 minutes ago. They must have just released something upstream at the lake for it to run off like this. This is nuts. Man, did you guys? Wow. I mean, it's not like this unless it's a serious downpour in the hills. Very cool. I guess I'm in the right place at the right time. Thumbs up to that. That is cool.